Welcome to this short video on the unique features of the Tartan 41 Courage, one of the premier cruising boats in the OCSC fleet. One of the important things to be aware of on this boat is the use of the electric winches. They make sailing easy, but they're a bit different than you may have been used to. Start by putting the line on the winch just like a regular manual winch, 3 turns at least, and then into the self-tailer. One button is high speed, the other is low. Just as you would if you were cranking by hand, use the low speed if the going gets tough. Be careful you don't over-tighten. When you're done with the winch, close the clutch, take the line off the self-tailer, and unwrap. It is best if you leave the line off the winch when you're not using it. Let's take a closer look at the buttons that make this whole thing work. They have safety covers that when lifted make it very easy to actuate the winch. A bit too easy. A bump with an elbow can start the winch turning when it's not expected, so it's best to just leave the buttons closed. The winches work with a handle too, but when the handle is in place, it disengages the electric motor, and the winch does not turn with power, as you see here. We have to be especially careful using the handles in the jib sheet winches. The clutch mechanism has a spring that can pop the handle out of the winch if it is not securely locked into the top of the winch. If it is not secure, it can pop out like this. The winch handles are expensive. We don't want them on the bottom of the bay. With the handle in place, it works just like a regular 2-speed winch, as you would expect. Courage is equipped with a great anchor windlass. There's a lever to release the chain. Pull the locking pin, lift the lever, then undo the shackle. Once it's free of the chain, set it aside so it's clear and doesn't tangle. The windlass is a powered down model, so you let the chain out under power by pushing the down button. It retrieves by pushing, surprise, the up button. When you pull the anchor up, don't pull it tight up against the bow roller. Leave a little slack, and the anchor retaining lever will take up that slack. Once everything's secure, attach the shackle, lift the lever, put the pin in place, and the anchor is secure. Close the switch covers so they don't actuate accidentally. Courage is also equipped with easily adjustable jib fairleads. There's a line that leads back to the cockpit, which when pulled, pulls the fairlead toward the bow of the boat. If the fairlead needs to move back, release the line, and the tension on the jib sheet will slide it back the track toward the back of the boat. The Nav Station includes all of the electronic controls for the boat. We have the master switch, so there's a master battery switch and an engine switch. They're on the same panel over here. There's an emergency cross connect with a key down below them. Here's the bilge pump switch with an on-off auto control, the breaker for the halyard winch. Here's the control panel for the inverter, just leave it alone. The switches up here are pretty standard and are labeled. This is the breaker for the anchor windlass. We'll show you how those work a little closer up later. Here are the port and starboard jib sheet winch breakers. The radar and chart plotter is a large model, delight to use. We don't have a local chart data in there. The autopilot is here. It is disconnected for routine charter use, and the VHF radio. Carbon monoxide detectors are located throughout the boat. Here's a close-up of the breakers that are used for the windlass and winches. Push the red button to turn them off, lift the little lever to turn them on. Pretty straightforward. Enjoy your sail on Courage. She's a fun, easy boat to sail.